So today, actually, we're going to focus on a couple of different things, and we're going to do a lot of triangle. Can't do a triangle with just two arms, but we're going to do a lot of triangular shape poses, okay? Play with triangles, and we're going to play with this idea of threes. And for our meditation, I want you to think about your body, okay? And I want you to think about, what does that mean to you? I want you to think about your mind, and what does that mean to you? And I want you to think about the part of you that's not your body or your mind, the part of us that's watching the body, that's watching the mind, okay? So take a deep breath. Exhale everything out. Find a comfortable seat and allow your breath to feel like it's flowing freely through your body. Notice your inhale, always starting with the breath. Allow your exhale to be complete. Let all the exhale go. And again, let your inhale draw in from the very deep part of you, from the very deepest inside. Let it welcome that inhale. Nice and slow, and exhale completely release. Continue to allow your breath to move, and imagine your breath now smooth and flowing like a very powerful river. Not a river that's out of control, but a very powerful river. If you've ever maybe been to anywhere where you're on a river where the water's moving powerfully, but not dangerously, right? That's what I want you to visualize. If you've never seen that in real life, imagine what that might look like. And now, in the very deep corner of your mind, imagine yourself where the river might start, at the top of a mountain, let's say. And it's flowing down, down, down. And as it flows down the mountain, it flows over rocks. And sometimes it gathers speed and it flows over boulders. And as that river flows, let your breath be like that river. Let your breath move and flow with the river. And notice now in your mind, if you're that water and if you're flowing down, 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 you might come across a huge boulder, but it doesn't stop you, you just go around it. And allow your breath now to be as powerful as that river. So any inner boulders that you have, any tension, any stress, any tightness that you might have, let your mind, let it go. Let that tension be like a boulder. Let it go. Instead, let your breath be like that river. Let your breath float right around it. And let it keep moving powerfully in and powerfully out of your body. And place one hand on your heart. Place one hand on your belly. Let's take 3 deep breaths together before we start moving. As you inhale, visualize that power current of breath. Powerful inner river of breath. And as you inhale, draw it all the way in, past areas of tension or tightness or stress. Those are the boulders. As you exhale, let the breath go. Again, as you inhale, draw that breath even deeper in. Your river becomes even more powerful. As you exhale, let it all go. And one more breath. Find that smooth flowing inner river of breath. And as you exhale, let everything else go. And once you hear the bell chime, softly start to release your hands from your body. And open your eyes. Thank you, guys. Alrighty. Take your legs wide today. So we're going to prepare for our triangle postures with a leg opener. It doesn't have to be as wide as I am, okay? But it should be wider than hip distance apart. So somewhere make a V. And if you do like ballet or gymnastics and you can go super wide, I don't need you to go that wide either. Okay? So somewhere a little more relaxed. Inhale, bring your arms straight up and just take your fingers down in front of you. Okay? Nothing fancy. Now walk your arms forward. So most of you will probably stop somewhere here, but if you have more flexibility, go a little deeper. Keep your pelvis on the ground and then take your palms flat like you're pushing down on the ground. Take a deep breath, stretch forward. Exhale, relax your head, neck, and jaw, and fold. Now push through your legs without lifting your head. Push as if you're pressing into two walls on either side of you. You're going to press through the ball joint of the foot underneath the big toe, across to the pinky toe and to the heel. Okay, so push, push, push. And then walk your hands just a little over towards your left. Doesn't have to be all the way. Push a little bit more through your right foot and your right leg because it's going to want to get lazy. And then come back to center and switch. Walk your hands over towards your right. Push through your left foot and the ball of your left arch because that's going to tend to get lazy. Inhale, come back to center and walk your hands back up. Interlace your fingers, keep your feet wide open. Reach your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath and now twist to your left, keeping your fingers interlaced. You're not going to twist as deeply as you normally do. That's okay. Push through your right leg. So you're pushing through the opposite side. Push. Deep breath, deep breath. And then take your hands on either side of your left foot. Maybe you stop here, right? If you have more flexibility, you walk forward. Keep pushing through your right leg. Opposite leg pushes away. So you're going to get lots of space here. Kind of deep in the inner groin, deep in the pelvis, around the hip, around the glute, around the inner thigh. If you can go a little deeper, you're going to let your head come forward. Some of you can clasp a hold of the shin or the ankle and draw yourself in. But if you feel tension in your back, I'd rather you stay up and long rather than rounded and tense. Okay? Take one more breath. Walk your hands back up, activate your belly muscles, reach your arms up, interlace your fingers. Inhale, come back to center. Pause in center, take a deep breath. Reach tall. And then second side, inhale, stay tall, use the belly, and twist now to your right. Press through your left foot. Deep breath, grow longer. Grow even longer, and then release your hands. And once again, take them for a walk on either side of your right foot. So now you're stretching out through your left foot, okay? Stretching all the way. Stay active in the belly, so you stay long in the spine. You want to clasp a hold of the ankle or the shin, but remember, if you're rounding and you create tension back here, that's not ideal. So I'd rather you stay long. Take one more breath. Keep reaching through that left foot, the opposite leg, and then walk your hands back up. All right. Interlace your fingers, come back into center, stretch, and pretend you're pushing the ceiling. Imagine the ceiling is really low, right? And it keeps dropping down on you. You're going to push, 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 push up, push up, push up, push up. So you stay lighter in the upper body, as if your upper body is lifting away from the legs. Now reach your arms up to the ceiling, stretch. Last thing here, hook your thumbs, okay, like so. Fingertips reach up to the ceiling, stretch. Exhale and release. All right, take your hands if you need a little help. Wiggle your legs together and press the knees up and down. Swish the feet back and forth. All right, easy twist. Take your legs just a little bit open. Bend your left knee, sound mirror imaging, and bring it up towards your shoulder. Your right arm's out to the side. Take a deep breath, lift up. And then snuggle either your elbow or maybe snuggle a little towards the armpit. As far as you can go, snuggle in towards that inner left knee. And then push the left knee against the arm and the arm against the left knee. But neither one is kind of winning, right? They both stay in the same place. So you're just activating the muscles. Take a deep breath and twist. So if your shoulder is near the knee, you're going to be leaning forward more, right? If your elbow's near the knee, you're going to lean back a little. See what your body enjoys. Most of us will enjoy elbow towards knee first thing in the morning. Take one more breath and release. Okay, from here, easy tree pose, right? And seated, also called Janu Shirshasana variation. So you're just going to drop that left knee, reach your arms up tall, take a deep breath, and you guessed it, stretch forward. Maybe bring your fingertips down, right? Maybe walk yourself forward. This one's more challenging. If you wish, you could use, I don't have my strap handy, but you could use a strap around the ball of that foot. Okay? If you want to pull yourself in deeper, take one more breath, and then walk yourself back up. Okay, unwind your left leg, wiggle waggle the feet back, and then switch sides. Bend your right knee. So right knee is slightly out to the side. My foot's slightly externally rotated. My left leg is pretty much almost exactly straight, a little out from the hip. Reach your right arm up, so gain length first, right? From the hip to the inner shoulder, grow longer, and then snuggle, maybe elbow, You're going to be able to grow taller with the elbow. It's a lot easier if you have more space. And you're going to lean back just a little, or if you want to go deeper into the shoulder, you're going to feel a little more compressed. You have to use more muscle energy to gain that same length. Twist. Activate arm against inner thigh, inner shin, shin against arm. Take one more breath. And release. Face the center. Let your right knee drop out to the side. Foot comes just above the left knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Activate the belly muscles. Reach forward. Pause here, right? Or walk it forward, and get a little bit more of a stretch. Deep breath. Breathe into the outer hip on your right side. So into the bum, into the glute, into the outer hip. Again, if you have a strap, you can loop it around that front foot. Take a deep breath here. Grow longer. Notice I'm not rounding. I'm going for length, and then walk your hands back up. Okay, last one here, and straight forward. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can kind of see how my back moves in this pose. Inhale, legs are straight forward. If you have tenderness in the back or your hamstrings are really tight, you can even use a block or a blanket under your knees. Take a deep breath, reach the arms up. Activate your legs like you're pressing into something. Reach forward, forward, forward. Fingertips come down. Again, it's not like my goal is to touch my toes. My goal is to grow longer. Almost like you'd see a ballerina, right? Very gracefully reaching forward. Take a deep breath, and then maybe walk the fingertips forward more. I'm just going to drop my chin. So I could jam myself and go really deep right now if I wanted to, but that is not going to be the best thing for my body, right? So you have to see what you need. Right? Some of you, the best thing is going to be grab a hold of your ankles so you get a little traction and then pull yourself in long. Like for me, this feels great. But jamming and rounding, no. Take one more breath and release and come on up. Okay, on to your back for just a moment. I know, different than usual, and hug your knees into your chest. Both knees in, arms out to the side like airplane wings, straight from the shoulder, and drop your knees towards your right, or your left, it doesn't really matter. Reach out through the opposite arm, look straight up towards the ceiling. If that's easy, start to look towards your opposite arm, so away from your knees. Breathe into your outer hip, breathe into your low back. Inhale, switch, come back to center, knees come straight into the chest, into the belly, use your stomach muscles. Drop your knees, opposite side. Most of you to your left. Reach out through your opposite arm. Either look straight up to the ceiling or look towards that opposite arm. Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. Inhale, come back into center. Make a little ball with the body. So activate your belly muscles, interlace your fingers, curl up, curl up, curl up. Relax your head down, reach your arms up and over, and stretch your legs to the sky. Okay, we're going to play with triangle pose on our back, and it's actually harder than it looks. So your feet should be up to the ceiling, arms come overhead. Now turn one foot out to the side. Let's say we've got that image of a clock, and both feet are pointing at 12. Turn your right foot out to the side so it's pointing at 2 o'clock. Okay, so my left foot's pointing at 12, my right foot's pointing at 2. And now you're going to lower your right foot a little bit. Okay? So it's like a mini triangle if I were to connect the lines. If this is easy for you, if your core is strong, you don't have anything that's compromised here in the belly or in the groin area, you're going to reach your arms up. Actually, let's everyone reach the arms up for a moment towards the front top foot. And then if you want to make it more work in the core, reach your arms back. So now my arms are floating and my legs are floating. And I try and keep my legs connected to my belly. 3 breaths. Inhale, draw everything in, and exhale almost like a starfish. All your limbs are going to stretch out. Okay, if this is easy, you're going to lower the right foot more. Right? I could lower it down really far, but this is going to be hard for most of us on our back. Still keep it turned out to the side. 2 more breaths. Inhale. All the limbs draw in. Imagine starfish. Everything opens up. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch. All right. Release. Bring both knees into the chest. Hug them in. Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. Second side. Reach your arms up and over on the ground. Relax them. Legs to the ceiling. Both of them pointing at 12 o'clock. Now your left foot's going to turn out to the side. So left toes are going to be pointing at 10 o'clock. Right foot's going to be pointing at 12. Let's everyone reach up towards the legs for a moment. Just activate the belly muscles. And then lower your left foot a little bit. Start to create your triangle, right? If you were to connect the lines between your heels and your toes, you would have a triangle. Reach your arms up and over if you want to make this more challenging, right? If you want to activate more of that belly strength. 5 breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, reach everything away. Both arms reach, both legs reach to the ceiling. Your belly should work. If this is still too easy, lower your left foot more. Inhale. Everything draws in. Exhale, everything reaches. Remember, you can relax your arms down. You can keep your leg lifted if this is too much for you. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, grow longer. Think limbs of a starfish. They stretch. 1 more breath. And release. All right. Bring your knees back into your chest. We're going to do a twist with just 1 knee in. So stretch your right leg straight. Keep your left knee in. Twist left knee across the body. This time, reach your left arm straight overhead. If this feels comfortable for you, then you can start to open the left arm to the side. I bend my elbow like this. Okay, so I make like a 90-degree bend. And then you can use your right hand and push the right thigh down if you want to go deeper. Stretch through the right leg. Stretch through the straight leg. Okay, that'll keep your tailbone long. Release. Bring both knees back in the chest. Most likely your hips moved, so readjust them. Left leg straight, right knee bent. Twist over towards your left. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Stretch your left leg straight. Bottom straight leg is going to go longer. And then open right arm to the side. Maybe left hand to the outer right knee. Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. Release, come back to center, readjust the pelvis. 1 bridge pose. Okay, so feet are hip distance apart. Grab a hold of the edges of your mat. And from your tailbone, curl all the way up, all the way up. Okay, you could stay low, right? You could go higher. And if you want, you could also reach your arms up and over. This feels really nice. And as you do, lengthen. So if your left arm is reaching up and over, stretch your left hip away from your left arm. If your right arm is reaching up and over, stretch your right hip away from your right arm. You can almost walk your feet a little bit more firmly onto the mat and then lower your arms back down. 1 more breath. Exhale, slowly release. All right, roll over to your side. Use your hands. Come back to cat and cow where we normally start. All right, so cat and cow. Inhale, you're going to open the chest. Exhale, round, release, and let go. Keep moving. 5 rounds of cat and cow. I'm just going to make sure everyone's volume is off. You guys keep moving. Inhale, chest opens. Go ahead, exhale and round. Inhale, chest opens. Exhale and round. And we'll take 1 more. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. From here, take your toes, tuck them under, stretch your legs straight, and walk your feet wide off the mat. So instead of doing a down dog, you're almost doing a short version of straddle with the feet wide and the hands in front of you, like so. Okay, take a few deep breaths here. Stretch the body. Reach through the arms, from the belly, from the pubic bone, reach. And then walk your hands over towards your left foot just a little bit. Press through the right leg. So we did this in seated, right? Switch, walk your hands over towards your right foot. Press through the left leg. And then come back to center. Heel toe your feet in. Come into a squat. Bend your knees, lower down. Bring your palms together. A few deep breaths here. Lift your spine up. Press the palms gently. Breathe into the sides of the body. And take a deep breath. Remember that river. Excuse me. Exhale completely. Swivel your feet back to parallel. Come into a forward fold. So walk your feet a little closer together. Relax your head and maybe grab a hold of the elbows and forearms as you fold. Just breathe. Stay in the forward fold. 5 more breaths. Just breathe. Let your breath float down your spine. Imagine it begins from the legs, it rises up. And then it floats down, 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 out through the head, out through the arms. Almost like a waterfall, right? Moves up and then down. And take 1 more breath. Bend your knees, come back to a hands and knees pose. And just step your left foot forward, okay? So left foot forward, right knee down. Come into our lunge. Tuck your right toes under. Walk your left foot even more forward and let your pelvis dip down. Slightly drop the tailbone down. Reach your arms up. This feels a little too much. Bring your left hand on your left thigh. Reach your right arm up. Stretch. Grow longer. If both arms are reaching, really active through both arms. Deep breath. Exhale and release. Take your hands down. Stretch your left leg. Your left leg straight. Flex through your left heel. Hamstring stretch. Inhale, take a deep breath. Exhale and fold. Notice, right? All the triangular shapes we're creating today. 1 more breath. Come to center. So I'm not switching sides. I'm staying on the same side. You're going to turn everything to your right. So first you're stretching towards the left foot. You're going to walk to the right. Swivel your right knee back behind you. Okay, left toes are pointing forward. Puppy dog stretch. Take a deep breath. Stretch the spine. Relax the head. Lift it through the pubic bone. Let the sacrum and the pelvis stretch away from you. Let your fingers and your body stretch forward. And then walk yourself back up. Grab a hold of a block or some support if you feel like you might need it for this next one. Flex through the heel. Gate pose, okay? Parigasana, gate pose. Take your left arm down. Reach your right arm up. Flex through the left heel. And as you reach up and over, you can round just a little bit forward. Okay, so you don't have to be all the way open. This can be really tense on most people's shoulders and back. Slightly, you can round that right shoulder forward. But you're pressing through this straight leg, through the left toes. Stretch, push down with your left arm. Okay, if it touches the ground, you're lower, but you're still pushing down. I'm not collapsing. I actually prefer to be a little higher. You don't have a block, you can put your hand on your shin, but not on your knee. Okay, it's a little harder that way. If you do that, you have to pull up on your body so you don't collapse down. And release. Come back to cat and cow. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Okay, second side. Take your right foot forward, left knee down. And tuck your left toes under, shift your pelvis forward, and stretch your left arm up. If you feel like adding the right arm, stretch the right arm up, both arms stretch. The right hand on the right thigh is kind of nice. You can push the thigh down, and you can actually stretch the left arm higher. Okay, it helps you activate that right thigh. Stretch from the hip bone on that left side all the way through the left pinky and the fingertips. And take 1 more breath. Exhale and release. Stretch your right leg straight. Flex through the heel. Hamstring stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Deep breath. Breathe into your low back. Excuse me. Breathe into your sacrum. Imagine that river of breath, right? Nothing stops it. Come on up. So I'm going to switch sides so I'm not turning to my back to you on this next round. As you come on up, turn to your left. Okay, so instead of facing that right leg, I'm going to turn to the left, turn my left foot behind me, turn the right toes forward. Puppy dog stretch. Walk your arms forward. Take a deep breath. And stretch. Stretch the body away from the hips. Relax the head, neck, and jaw. Make sure your right leg is active. If your left toes are tucked under, you're using the left toes. Otherwise, if they're untucked, you're pressing all the way through that left shin to make the left leg active. And then walk your hands up. Grab your block or a book or something. Flex through your right heel. Put your right arm down to the inside. Reach your left arm up. Okay? So remember, options. You can go lower down, or if you grab a hold of the foot or the top of the shin here, you have to pull up, like you're trying to pull your leg up off the ground. Take a deep breath, reach the left arm up and over, and slightly round forward. Just a little bit in that left shoulder. It's more like up here in the upper shoulder. I'm slightly creating a little bit of an arc. Press through the right leg, reach through the left arm, press through that bottom left knee, shin. Exhale and release. Okay, back to cat and cow. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale, open. Exhale and round. From here, you're going to tuck your toes under, grab a hold of the edges of your mat, come into a shorter stance of down dog. So feet going to be a little bit closer than normal, a little wider than normal, about the width of your mat. And once again, pull, 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 pull. Okay, so regular down dog, your legs would be back here. This one, I want you to go a little bit shorter, get more into the hamstrings. Pull on the mat with the arms, press down with both legs, lift the belly muscles, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Heel toe the feet together. Bend your knees, relax the head, the torso. Weight in the heels and roll up, roll up, roll up to standing. All righty. Move your blanket or support, if you have it, for your knees off to the side. From the front of your mat, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take your hands down and fold. Step your left foot back into a runner's lunge. And then you kind of have to see, okay? So my right knee is over my right ankle. My foot could be slightly in front of my knee, but you don't want the knee reaching towards the toes, okay? Press through the back heel as if you're pressing into a wall. Get really active. And then see if you can press down with that right foot and press down with back with that left heel so much that your hands and your arms get lighter. Maybe you pick your left arm up off the ground. Switch. Maybe you pick your right arm up off the ground. Maybe both arms lift up off the ground. Play, right? Play with balance. Take a deep breath and just switch sides. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot all the way forward. Okay? If you can't get it down that low, bring your right knee down and then stretch the right leg straight. And then once again, you're going to line up your knee either over your ankle or slightly behind it. Activate the right leg. You need that back leg to create balance. So push through the right heel. You're lifting from the center of the pelvis. Deep breath. And then push through the left heel down. Push the right heel back so much, again, you play with balance. Maybe the left arm lifts up. Maybe the right arm lifts up. Maybe both arms lift up, but I'm hovering. Step up to the front, forward fold. Relax the head, bend your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach your arms up. Stretch. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. Okay. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees softly and fold. Step your left foot back. Spin your left heel flat. And walk your hands to the inside. Deep breath. And take a deep breath here. You're getting ready for triangle, right? Exhale completely. Press down with that left foot and imagine you're trying to drag it in towards the center. You're trying to squish your mat between your legs. Want your inner thighs working. Come back to the right foot. Grab a hold of your block. Push the block down and slowly start to press that right leg a little straighter. Okay, so you may not go all the way straight. I'm going to move the block so you can see what I'm doing. You can go here, all right? You can go here. Some of you, it's going to be pretty easy to go all the way straight. Take your left hand on your left hip, reach the left arm back behind you, and make everything active. Both legs press into the ground. Both legs press. And then reach the left arm just across the shoulder line and stretch, stretch. And this time you're stretching from your outer left hip all the way through this left frontal hip bone. Reach it through the fingertips. Okay, now bend your right knee again. So you're in a different pose. And release. Take your hands to the front, lift your back heel, step up, forward fold. We're not going to come up to standing, we're just going to switch sides. Step your right foot back. I'm going to turn though, so you're not looking at my behind. Step your right foot back and spin your right heel down. Walk your hands to the inside. Okay, you're warming up those legs and those inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to squish the mat. You're trying to wrinkle it. You're trying to bring the legs in towards each other like this. You're trying to wrinkle, wrinkle, wrinkle. Use those inner thighs. This will help you gain stability in the pose. And then walk your hands to your left foot, grab a hold of your block, and slowly start to push that left leg straighter, straighter. So my knee is still bent, straighter, straighter. And experiment. How straight do you want it today? Right arm reaches down by the side. You can keep it slight bend in the knee. You can go all the way straight, but if you press it straight all the way, try not to do it by jamming the knee down and back. Press it straight from the top of the thigh as if you're lifting the thigh up into the belly. You're lifting, lifting, lifting. Reach the right arm down by your hip. Press into both legs. Everything's active. Right arm comes up and overhead. Stretch. Reach. Everything's active. Don't sink into your joints. Push away from the ground. Imagine you're trying to float your chest away from the ground. Remember that image of water, right? It moves, it floats. It's powerful. And then bend your left knee. You're in a different pose, but bend your left knee, grow longer. One more breath. And release. Step back up to the front of your mat. And bend your knees. Roll all the way up to standing. Wow. Looking at the time, and time is flying. So I wanted to take you a few more poses, but we're going to end with a standing balance. That's also a triangle, right? Back to our tree pose. If you guessed it, you were right. Hands on the hips, grow tall. Shift your weight to your left leg. I'm going to mirror image now. And just rotate your right knee around 2 times, right thigh. And then switch, rotate opposite direction. Just gain your balance. And then find your tree. So I'm wearing kind of baggier pants today. I would really, ideally, if I'm going to go low, I want to lift my pants up so I have a little traction. So I'm not sliding, okay? Or you can go into classic tree. Foot comes above the knee. Hands to the hips, grow tall. Reach your arms to the sky. Gain length, gain space. We're just here for 3 more breaths. Grow taller, taller, taller. Even taller. Can you grow taller? Can you press your bottom leg down, reach your arms up, and release. Shake it out, shake it out. Second side. You're pressing your right leg down, and you're just going to rotate through that left hip. Bend the knee. Rotate, rotate. And then rotate the opposite direction, right? Find your balance so that you're not wobbly when you come into the pose. And then again, if you want to go low, you're wearing baggy pants, find some traction. Okay? If that's not where you want to be, you want to go higher, you're going to lift up to the inner thigh. Reach your arms up to the sky, stretch. Press your bottom leg down. Lift through the belly, lift through the frontal hip bones, lift the pubic bone, lift everything here, lift. Okay, so you're not creating more work for your bottom leg. Lift, stretch, grow taller. I know you can't see my arms, but they're reaching, reaching, reaching. One more breath. Exhale and release. All right, shake it out, roll it out, dance it out if you want to. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace your fingers, press your arms up to the sky, take a deep breath. Exhale and let it go. All right, come on back into a seated position. You can come down through a squat. You could just use your hands. You could support yourself any way you wish. Come down to seated. Find your inner light, right? Find that inner openness that we all have. Bring your thumb and index finger together, please. Remember that image of a river we played with in the beginning in our mind? And I asked you to think about 3 different aspects of ourself. There's the body. We worked our body a little bit today. We stretched it. We challenged it. Oftentimes when we work the body, we give the mind a break. And that's kind of the beauty of yoga. It's the beauty of exercise too. Notice that you are not your mind, right? If your mind is talking back to you or your mind is coming up with negative thoughts or judgments, notice how you can notice those judgments, those thoughts. So if you can notice them, then you're obviously not those things. That's something separate. So we know we're not our mind. And we know that we're not exactly our body. They're a part of us, but that doesn't define us. So what are we? Well, that's the question that you have to answer. If you have a personal, spiritual, or religious belief, you're going to have a word that describes what you are. It might be something like spirit or soul. You could also think of this as yourself, right? Your higher self, your inner self. I don't want to give you my words. I want you to find your own. So find a word that describes the part of you that's not your mind and that's not your body. And know that your body actually knows exactly what to do, right? To take care of itself. We just have to give it the right nutrition, the right amount of rest. It knows exactly what to do. Your body can take care of itself. Your mind, if you nurture your mind with meditation, with times to relax, your mind can also take care of itself. But it needs a little bit more effort from our inner self, right? So we need to give our mind times to relax. And then it's your inner self. That's the word I'm going to use. It's your inner self. That's what I'm going to invite you now to bring your light, your joy, and your energy back into. Slowly draw your breath in. Nurture, feed that inner self. Let your inhale be a little deeper. Draw the breath back in. Soften that inner self. And draw the breath back in one more time. And strengthen that inner self. Take a gentle breath. Exhale completely. And bring your palms together at your heart. Seal your energy, seal your time, seal your practice. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for playing. Sorry I went a few minutes over. We started a few minutes late, but I'm sorry to go a little bit late on you guys.